Hi everyone, it's Gina and Stephen with Live Deeper 10X. On this episode, we invite you to join us as we learn more about the ancient Irish sport of hurling. What is the story of the Irish Topless Tower? And we stop for dinner and some delicious Irish sweets. So we're stopping for lunch after going grocery shopping to a place called Wholesome Kitchen. We know nothing about it, but it's in this cute little town of Mullingar, and we expect that the food will be fabulous. They have different types of shops, and you can feel a lot of the Irish architecture that's here. So hopefully we'll get a good Irish lunch. We're both very hungry. Let's see what happens. So here in Ireland, you're required to have a QR code to show that you've been vaccinated if you want to eat inside, and we did not bring our vaccine cards with us. So we're eating outside. It's great, although it looks like it's getting ready to rain on us, so we might have to find another place to eat. I got the Power Bowl, which has broccoli and snow peas and curry and chicken. And it looks like some tofu's in there as well. And Stephen got
a plant-based burger that came with a surprise of slaw on the side, some potatoes, and a salad.
So we decided to go healthy since we were eating very unhealthy for the last 6 to 7 days, and so we're excited about trying this new food here.
We're in the community of Kells, Ireland, and the round tower behind me has a very interesting story to its history. So it turns out the monks that had requested the mason construct this tower, I guess they were a little fickle. So the mason got to the top, he was almost finished with his work. They took away his ladder because they didn't feel that his price was appropriate, and they said they were not going to return the ladder to the tower until he lowered his price.
Oh, they thought they were so smart. But what happened?
So his response was to slowly but surely start taking apart the tower from the top.
Brilliant.
Where he was. They finally caved and said, okay, that's fine, we'll pay your price. He got down to the bottom, and then
He never finished it.
yeah, he was so upset
He was so
with
mad.
them that he left it unfinished. So up at the very top, as you see, it is an incomplete tower.
And what is the moral of the story? Make sure you negotiate the right price before you start building a tower.
Yeah, or attach your ladder.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea too. So a lot of people have heard of the Book of Kells, and I never really knew about what the Kells book was about until I got to Ireland. And essentially it's this beautifully illustrated book that's very intricate, and it's all outlined in like 24 karat gold leaf. And so Kells, where we stand today, is where the original Book of Kells actually started and where it came to. And Kells actually started as a result of a group of monks that came from Scotland that were excommunicated out of Scotland by the Vikings. And so they came here and they established a monastery, and they are the ones that actually started the Book of Kells. But Kells, the book now, is actually in Trinity College in Dublin, but they had it here for a very long time and then it got stolen. And so what you see behind me, there were 5 crosses that came into play when they built Kells, and this is the oldest one that stands today next to the tower. So there are some that are still remaining, one of which actually just has the base where they actually transitioned it into gallows when they were doing wars and stuff. So pretty creepy stuff. So anyway, Kells, very cool little town. Come check it out.
No, sorry. Oh, God. Yeah, too late. The scones went early.
Okay.
And do you want sugar in that?
Yes, please.
How many will I give you?
Just one.
So we just learned something very important about differences in street ethics in Ireland versus Spain. They don't stop for you
No, they don't.
when you're crossing the street.
No, pedestrians do not have the right of way.
It looks as if there are points given.
Yeah, you do have to take your life in your own hands, I think.
Yeah, very different. Now, to their credit, we weren't really at a crosswalk.
Is there a crosswalk?
I didn't see one, and it was an intersection. So,
Right.
okay.
We are getting ready to partake in some wonderful, delicious pastries here in Ireland. And this one came from the Mason's Apron in Kells, Ireland. And so we asked them what they were. So I don't really know what the second one is, but the first one is a chocolate biscuit that's got little pieces of biscuit in it with something called mint.
Mint Arrow. It's I guess it's a very popular chocolate mint candy bar here in Ireland.
Yes.
And it's actually got one of those on top. You can see it on the very top, but this thing is dense and heavy and thick. Looks fantastic.
Mine looks more like an eclair. So if you look at it, it looks more like an eclair. And it's got white frosting in it, and I'm a sucker for white frosting. So I'm gonna see how you can, and it's got a biscuit at the bottom.
So the trick is to see if the whole chocolate just breaks off
and
into
it has
one
a
piece.
hard shell on the outside.
Yeah.
So if you like go to Dairy Queen and they put that hard shell, it's like that, with little bits of pieces of white chocolate on top. So we'll see how it goes. You know what?
Looks tasty.
That's actually
It's
not
like a
white
marshmallow
cream.
in there.
It is a marshmallow. It's a marshmallow cream.
Looks delicious. And what do you think?
Mm-hmm.
It's crumbly.
Mm-hmm. All over me.
So as Gina devours that one, I think I'll take a shot at this tiny little piece that really is, you could eat it all in one bite. A cookie layer on the bottom, interspersed with chocolate and mint. Delicious.
Who devoured the rest of that?
Apparently Gina buys things to have one bite.
Yes.
And leaving me to finish everything.
And I do not expect you to, but I will say if people are curious, you should check out, say something to us in the notes or in the comments about whether or not you like to just have a taste of something, that you don't necessarily want the whole thing, you just want to have a taste.
Yeah, but you can't buy the whole thing just for a taste.
Sure you can. You can buy anything you want. Just
That's not a good use of funds, I think.
Or maybe, well, I don't do it all the time.
Oh, we also learned something else. We believe we have made a very important translation, kind of like the Rosetta Stone. I believe in Ireland a biscuit is not a biscuit
It's a
like we
cookie.
eat in the United States. Yes, we're thinking that that is a cookie. We could be wrong.
The
leave us a
best way to
comment.
solve that problem is to ask somebody.
Yeah, so please tell us.
This is your side.
Oh yeah.
This is a 2-lane road. It looks like a 1-lane road, but it's not. There are 2 cars that take this road, coming in the other direction. We're just gonna hope we don't get one of those.
Good thing is there's no hilltops or curves.
Or blind spots.
Yeah.
Except for this one right here.
We're heading into the hurling match. I think it's called a match.
It's a local club, so it's not, but it's the oldest game in Ireland, 3,000 years old. They equate it to the hockey matches that we see in the US, but with sticks, and it's usually in the air. So, and apparently somebody said it's like a bloodbath.
Yeah, and
So-
now the trick is just finding the entrance
Yeah.
to the stadium.
There's a lot of competition right now between what to watch, because apparently soccer, football, is on right now, and it's big here in Ireland.
Yeah, it's like a quarterfinal match or
Yeah.
a semifinal match.
Yeah.
So, okay, you can hear the fun has begun.
So they only allow 5 substitutions per game, and one of them is called the blood
substitution.
The blood substitution, and that's if somebody gets injured or hurt, you can substitute them out until they get medical attention. So it's definitely not. It is a full contact sport.
Yeah, it's basically to get stitched back up in order to get back out on the field.
That's right.
So I think they got 1 point there. That's like kind of like a field goal that went over the goal, but between the 2 posts, so that's 1 point, as opposed to a goal, which is into the net, which is 3.
3, yeah. And the way they do it, it's like 3-1, 3-2. It's kind of an interesting
Goals and points.
goals and points. Yeah, very different.
These 2 local.
Yeah.
So these are 2 local teams. This lady's team is the purple and gold, and they're winning, so it's a good day for her. That was a goal. That was a goal.
They made a goal.
There's a certain way you can throw the slither. Is it a slither?
I don't think it's a slither.
It's not a slither. It's something like that.
Hold on, I'll tell you.
There's a certain way you can throw it, and apparently he did not throw it correctly. What's the ball called? A what?
Slither.
A slither.
S-L-I-O-T-A-R.
Got it. Thank you. It's a slither.
Or also known as the hurling ball, is what it's also called.
What do you like about it?
I don't know. I mean, it's nothing like I've ever seen before. I mean, they use these wooden paddles, and obviously they have to make that ball go far. I guess they're at halftime right now?
Yeah.
Okay. And then they're 30 minutes, so the games are only 70 minutes.
Yeah, so maybe a 10-minute halftime.
Yeah,
How much were the tickets?
10 or 15 euro.
10 or 15 euro. So they're behind 1 goal, 8 points to 8 points.
That sounds like it's a big deal that they got that goal. It's
I think
like
so.
they're gonna catch up.
Yep.
So,
Oh.
the little ones are coming out to play now. Very cool.
So we're trying to determine if hurling actually originated in Ireland, because there are many other countries that play hurling. I don't think you play hurling. That hurl? I don't know, but it's not an Olympic sport.
To hurl.
Yeah, it was what do you call it when they try it out in the Olympics? It was a not a test sport, but we just read it. It was
Remember.
it was like an exhibition sport.
Exhibition.
In 1905, and I guess it didn't make it. It
Because
didn't
there's not
pass.
enough countries that have it.
So we just read the list of countries, and there's lots of them.
There's not that many.
There's like 12.
Although Belgium, Netherlands, Brussels,
Luxembourg.
basically the smallest countries in the world play
There were
hurling.
more on that list.
Well, it wasn't North America.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
people
the
who
Irish
immigrated.
diaspora in North America.
Yeah, the ones that
hurl.
immigrated to those countries play. But
How do you? What is a diaspora?
I just assume it means
This is what you call a
making
depth
stuff
of
up.
research prior to presenting any
This is why you
information.
don't want to listen to Gina and Steven when we're traveling around the world. Because we don't know what we're doing.
Did he make it? Score didn't change up there. Did, oh boy. It's way over there. He lost his stick. Lost his stick. Way over there. Way over there. There it is. Go get it. Perfect. Got it. That was kind of bizarre. It's getting tight now. The score is 2 goals, 14 points to 1 goal, 15 points. And they kept shooting for points, which is the field goal type situation. And we were wondering, why do they do that instead of goals? Well, now, if they get a goal because they're ahead in points, they're going to end up winning the game. Looks like purple is going to hold on to it. Apparently we didn't like that call. What a save! We are in injury time here, so I think any minute it's going to be over. Maybe an official timeout? No, restart. That was it. The purple team are victorious, but valiant effort by the blue. End of hurling for tonight.
That was so much fun. I really could get into this game if I lived here.
Yeah.
I really could.
From hurling, hopefully, to some football or soccer. Still going on tonight. We're going to the Druid's Chair to get some hopefully delicious Irish dinner. So we're having dinner following the hurling match, which was lots of fun. And on TV, they just finished the semifinals of, it's not rugby, it's Gaelic football.
Yep. So we're sitting here at the Druid Bar in Mullingar, and we're eating, Steven's having, what are you having tonight?
Well, I'm having the fish and chips. I try and find the most traditional meal of wherever we are, and this was recommended to me here. And Gina, what are you having?
Well, I'm having a Mexican casserole that comes with sour cream and some rice on the side, and it must be like it looks like a kind of chili, actually. And she said it wasn't very spicy, so we'll see. It's really good, and it is spicy.
Okay, here's something that's very funny, and I think it really might be the case. I think in Ireland, everyone who eats does so very cleanly because you don't get napkins. You don't get napkins. Where we were staying, we didn't have a napkin the first meal, which It was
That
great.
nice
That's
of them.
fine. Yeah. Second meal, no napkin. We came to the restaurant tonight. This is the napkin. So I think I'm just a messy eater. So I can see how
Or maybe
very
just Americans in general are messy eaters.
maybe that's the case. So they are smooth, cultural, very clean eaters in Ireland.
Yes, we'll learn from them and do as they do in
That's right.
Ireland. So.
Join us next time for more amazing sights around Ireland. Castles, abbeys, more sweets of course, and a treat that eats coins.